So I don't know if you guys saw, sorry about the APU noise. Don't know if you guys saw, but a truck driver lost his or her life, unfortunately, when the truck got hit by a tornado over in Texas. It's terrible. I believe it was Texas. I'll do some checking on it here in a second, and I'll put the place in the, or I'll put it on the screen for you, as well as a picture of some of the carnage from that situation. It's terrible. I mean, I can't even imagine, you guys. I can't imagine coming up on a freak situation like that. And we went through something similar last night. I mean, not anywhere close to similar, but just an unexpected situation that could have escalated in that way. And out here, you just have to be extremely, extremely careful and make good decisions. As I say at the end of every single video, make good decisions. Be safe. Your decisions can keep you safe. Now, I don't want to armchair quarterback that driver's situation. I don't know. He or she may have been extremely safe, may have been watching the weather, and it may have just popped up and there's nothing they could really do. I don't know. I'm not going to try and say whether or not they should have done something differently. I'm just saying to you, to me and Jenna running our truck, man, make good decisions. Your life is not worth the freight. I mean, your life is worth substantially more than the freight in the truck. Getting a load there is not worth your life. That's the way I mean to say it. So anyway, terrible. Hope you guys are being safe out there. Let's get into this video and talk about Prime's position on shutting it down during extreme weather. What's going on, guys? Eric here with driverlineup.com, world's okayest steering wheel holder, as your host, coming at you from a rest area. And I haven't done a rest area video in a minute. It's been a while. In my early YouTube days, it was like 7 months ago, I used to do rest area videos all the time. But it's been a while since I've done a rest area video. Anyway, this is a beautiful rest area, by the way. Holy crap. This is a rest area between Savannah and Macon, Georgia. Almost to Macon. Westbound it would be. And it is freaking beautiful. This is like, I've been finding some really good rest areas lately. Anyway, the reason we're here and we slept all night, parked here, is because we ran into some really gnarly shit last night. Like really gnarly. I got hit with a gust of wind that made me extremely uncomfortable. I mean, extremely. It was like Jenna had just crawled back into the sleeper. She was gonna go to sleep. I was gonna get us to Atlanta. And then we were gonna park for a little bit, let the rush hour flow through, and then she was gonna drive, or we'd figure something out. That was our plan. It did not go that way. So I knew some stuff was supposed to come through Georgia. I thought we had more time. I thought it was over in Alabama, working its way to Mississippi. Well, it's perfectly sunny. Beautiful, perfectly sunny, but off in a distance I could see a cell, which would be to the south. I was going west, would be to the south. I could see the cell, and it looked like just this nice little compact rain cloud just out there by itself with a pretty gnarly dark cloud over it. And it didn't look like it was moving that fast, you know, so I figured, well, I'll just scoot past it and be on our way. Well, the interstate curved about a mile later. The interstate curved to the left, so it turned to the south a little bit. And then all of a sudden I was headed right for that cell. And I mean, like right for it. And I passed the last exit that I would have had, and I was like, Jenna, can you start pulling up radar? I go to the weather radio that's in the truck. The truck has an automatic WX weather radio. So I switched to that channel. Nothing's showing anything. Nothing on the wind apps. Nothing on the weather. It's just saying, you know, weather thunderstorm watch for this evening. But nothing saying that cell is right there. And after that exit, man, it instantly got dark, and I realized that thing was crossing the interstate exactly right about the time that I was going to be where it was crossing the interstate. And that is exactly what happened. It went completely dark, and that little spin-up cell, as a storm chaser that we tuned into right after that, there's a storm chaser Jen and I follow, called it a spin-up cell, crossed the interstate right when we got there. So we went right through it. And man, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've driven through a lot of shit, you guys. I've driven through blizzards, I've driven through, you name it, I've driven through some shit. But that was probably one of the freakiest moments, because I have an empty trailer and I didn't know if there was a tornado inside this thing. I didn't know what was going on, but all of a sudden, me and all the trucks around me just got bitch slapped. I mean, from out of nowhere, and it damn near took me off the road. I had slowed down substantially. But it started raining so hard you couldn't see the truck and you couldn't see the vehicles in front of you, and the wind was just something else, man. So I didn't know if we were in a tornado or what. But and then the weirdest thing, like, I was really freaked out. I'm like, Jenna, get up here. You know, she's putting her clothes back on, trying to get in the front seat and buckled up. And the weirdest thing, man, like 300 yards later, we were all moving really slow. Everybody had their hazards on. 300 yards later, boom, sunlight, nothing to be worried about, you know, beautiful again. And that thing passed behind us. Well, we tune into this storm chaser that we follow. He does like live weather, you know, live streams weather. Jenna was chatting, and he pulled that up and said, oh yeah, that's a pretty gnarly spin-up cell that just came out of nowhere. It's not going to show on any of the radar apps. It's not going to show, you know, it's not going to show on weather apps. It's not going to show on anything, because it just spun up. So it was freaky, man. When you got an empty trailer, don't play games with that. I do not play games with an empty trailer. No way, no how. You guys know Crazy Bags. He's a good friend of mine. He got tipped over with I believe he had an empty trailer, a really light trailer up in Illinois. He got rolled over by a gust of wind, and I know someone else who got rolled over in Colorado. Empty trailer, gust of wind, not expected. And so I don't play games with that, man. Nope. And I know I took some shit on Discord last night. It doesn't look like it's that bad. Look, when you're out here on the road, man, you say you're the captain of the ship. I don't play games with empty trailers. Empty trailers and wind, no. Because everyone who gets turned over in their truck doesn't think they were going to. Like, you think it's not going to happen to you until it does. So I just am not going to I'm not going to let that set up. I'm not going to let that situation set up. And I was pissed at myself yesterday because I should have just taken that damn exit. That was a little bit riskier than if I was loaded, I probably wouldn't have been so concerned about it. But empty, man, I should have just taken the exit and let it go past. It just came up so fast. It came out of nowhere, you know? Lesson learned. But anyway, my whole point to this video is I see chatter out all over the web about dispatchers and companies making people drive in situations they shouldn't drive in. Now, the situation we're in right now is not really applicable because we're taking a broken trailer to prime. So we could take a week if we wanted to. Like, there's no deadline. I'm sure they don't want us to take forever. They want to get this trailer back into service, and we want the trailer back into service too. But it's not like we have $1 million worth of freight in the trailer. But even if we did, we've pulled over many times. Not many. Many is not the right word. We've probably shut it down, I don't know, 7 or 8 times in a manner that's made us not make the appointment on time, where it's had to be changed. Probably 7 or 8 times, I would say. And that could be due to wind, extreme snow, severe thunderstorms, you name it. We've pulled over probably 7 or 8 times and shut it down in a way that we couldn't make the appointment. And not once ever has there been a question from Prime about that. Not once. It's never been are you sure? We're looking at the map. It's not that bad. You can get through this. No. Every single time, 10-4, let us know what your new ETA is when you're moving. Every single time. Not a question about it, man. I mean, like literally just 10-4, let us know your new ETA when you're moving. That's it. That's it. So Prime truly does believe that you are the captain of your ship. And if you feel it's at any point ever unsafe for you to continue on and you need to shut it down, you tell Prime that, and that's the end of the discussion. There's no trying to convince you otherwise. There's no trying to keep you rolling, keep you on the road. It is just 10-4, copy that. Let us know when you're moving, send us your new ETA. I love that, man. I love that. That tells you right there that you're working for the right kind of company that actually cares about your safety, that actually cares about the safety of the truck and the safety of the freight. And they do. Prime truly does. So we shut down last night, and it's not an issue. We don't have to communicate it or anything. Because we got an empty broken trailer that's going to Prime. But if we had freight, and there were quite a few storms that came through last night that were pretty sketchy. And that's why we didn't just wait and get back on the road, because they were coming through late, all through the evening. If I had a 10,000 pound load last night, I would have shut down with that too. And I would have said, hey, I'm parking it for a while. And Prime would have had no problem with it whatsoever. So I greatly appreciate that. I have enormous respect for Prime for basically saying to its customers, look, we're going to have a higher rate of getting freight to you than a lot of other companies. It will get there safe and it will get there secure. Sometimes it might be a little bit late because our drivers have the ability to shut it down if they think that that's the safest thing to do. And there are probably other companies that get loads there faster, but there's those same companies probably get fewer loads there safely. Because sometimes drivers they take too many risks, and sometimes their companies want them to take those risks. I'm not naming out any companies. I'm just saying I know for a fact there are companies where they are pressuring their drivers to do things that are not necessarily safe, and that is not Prime. So if you're thinking about coming to Prime, man, just know that when you hear drivers say you're the captain of your ship and you can make the choice to shut down or to keep going, they give you that full responsibility. It is 100% accurate, 100% true. You can, and there will be no question. So I love that, man. So we did shut down yesterday. Man, that little spin up was crazy. It freaked me out, man. It freaked me out. But you guys can see the sun's coming up back there. That's awesome. Anyway, we're gonna hit the road, get home. We got 800 miles to go. Wanted to be home earlier today, but the weather had a different plan, so we're gonna go knock this out. We'll be in Springfield late tonight, so excited about that. Be safe, guys. Make good decisions. Always drive to thrive. Talk to you soon.